Today we're taking a look at a LEGO version of an incredibly rugged piece of machinery, the log skidder. And I've incorporated quite a lot of the features of the real thing in our model, including articulation, a working winch at the back, and of course a blade at the front that can be raised and lowered. These are the elements you're going to need, and of course you can make substitutions if you are so inclined or don't have the elements that exactly match what we show here. In the chassis for the front, we use one of those 2x4 hinge plate, just one half of it, a couple 1x4 plates, and I used a 4x4 with cutout, but a normal 4x4 plate would work fine here as well. A little bit of sideways building to get some detail under the nose. And then you'll notice on these 1x6 bricks I added some stickers because I happened to find some old ones I had that fit really well with the logging theme. But of course you could use plain bricks as well. Most of the nose of this machine is built with simple studs up stacking, and then just a little bit of sideways building to get extra details. I used 1x4 gear racks in black to make the radiator grille at the front, and then on the side a couple different wedge plates and grill tiles to add some more venting. Next we'll build the blade that goes to the front of the skidder. This is a pretty simple assembly using a 4x6 modified plate with a reduced studs, and then on back a 2x4 plate with Technic connection in the middle so that we can attach these Technic lift arms and have it work properly. Then we're ready to tile off the hood, and make sure you include these 1x2 plate with clip, as those are going to be used to connect additional parts of the roll cage later. Now we'll build the driver's cabin, so we've got a little steering wheel, a simple seat, and of course a ladder for access. As mentioned before, in addition to the prefab roll cage, we're adding these two extra supporting bars in the front that help shield the cabin from any logs or other debris that might fall while they're out in the forest. And that completes the front section of the skidder, and we'll build the second bit as a separate assembly, and then we'll connect them later. Again, the chassis is built around a 4x6 Technic brick frame, but this time there's a little bit different setup with a 4x4 plate underneath and a 2x4 brick in front. Then we need to build the assembly at the back where the chain will run over. This uses a very unusual old yellow element, and if you don't happen to have that, no worries, you could leave it out completely and it won't really affect the design. Underneath that assembly we'll attach a 2x2 plate modified with Technic holes running through the middle. That's important as this is where the axle is going to place through later. One of the most important components is still missing, so we'll build that next. And that is of course the winch. It takes just a few different Technic elements, including a gear, to make this work rather smoothly, and naturally we'll need to include a chain as well. Then with the winch in place, we're ready to connect the two halves to each other. The big chunky wheels are attached to a 10 module Technic cross axle, and they're spaced out from the body by a 2 module connector on either side. And with those in place, your log skidder is complete. Last is a simple little chainsaw buildup for the lumberjack. Uses a headlight brick, a tap piece, on-bound plate with hole, and the chainsaw blade. We hope you found this helpful, and if you enjoy heavy machinery, you might also like the video we recently made covering a functional power miners vehicle.